Hello guys, once again welcome to our YouTube channel Edu Hub, and as you know this is part 5, and guys, we have do so much hard work for this video, so please don't forget to like our video and share to your friends and family members, and also comments down below which type of course you want we will give. So without wasting time, let's get started. Graphic Designing Part 5.
Everyone, welcome on the new lesson. We are going to create this kind of a data visualization with data, so you can see how it look with this some animated text. So we are going to start by creating new folder for this project. New folder, let's call it pie chart. You can click OK. So we are going to create a new composition from this folder, so let's call it a pie chart 1. Pie chart. Make sure width must be in 1920, height 1080, so frame rate 25, or you can choose 30 if you want. So I'm going to continue to use 25 frame rate. So resolution must be in full, duration 10 seconds. Then you can click OK. You're going to add the new background, new solid. Let's call it BG. You can change the color you want, so I'm going to keep this one. Then you can click OK. I'm going to search the vignette to add on this background to make it look more nice. Now you can see you have to type like Lumetri. You can see on this color correction Lumetri color, and put it on this background. So click on vignette and go about minus 0.7 or 8 like this. Now you can see it is looking good. Let's lock this background. I'm going to draw the perfect cycle by hitting Shift on keyboard. So I want to increase the stroke about let's go about 20. I will increase later. So let's draw the perfect cycle by hitting Shift on your keyboard like this one. Let's put it on this side. So we are going to increase the stroke like this. Then you can scale it down like this. So let's take this anchor point and put it on the center. Let's continue to scale it a little bit like this. So once done, you can rename your shape by cycle 1. Then you can duplicate this cycle. So let's duplicate this cycle by hitting Ctrl and D. Then on the first one you have to keep it white, and the second, let's change the color. Let's take this one, this Pro one, and click OK. So you are going to click on drop down. So let's take this icon and put on the top. Then you have to click on this icon, click on this one, add a new trim path. On trim path, you can see you have start, end, and offset. So let's go on the offset. Now you can see how it is looking. Offset. Let's go on the 0 and add the keyframe on this frame. Click on stopwatch to add keyframe, and on the 3 seconds, increase about 100%. You can cross. So let's hit preview and see. Now you can see this kind of not looking good. Let's continue to increase a little bit like this. So let's hit preview again. So I'm going to 414. Let's do the same on this one, 415. Now we are going to animate the second one. Second one, let's click on this icon and click on add trim path. Let's on the 3-second and add keyframe on the end. Then you can go on this 4-second, increase about 100%. No, like 40. Let's go 44. Let's hit preview and see how to look. Okay, nice. So let's make this. Let's take this or this keyframe. Select this shape and click U on keyboard to bring out this keyframe, so you can see all the keyframe. I'm going to select all this keyframe and make it easy ease. Keyframe assistance, easy ease. This, then I can take this one, put it right here. Take this one, put it here. Let it preview and see. So nice. We are going to add the text on this side. So let's create let's type like, going to change the font, or let's type like 0. And change the font of this. Let's take this one, choose a board. So I'm going to animate this 0 by using slider control, but I'm going to create the new null object. To add the slider control, you can find it in the effect and preset. Let's search slider control. You can see slider control and add it on the null. Then you can click on this text on source text. You have to click on art and click to see the expression. Then you can go on the null and take this handle and put it on the slider. So now you can see it is linked. So we are going to animate this slider like when it goes here. You have to add the keyframe on slider, because here you have to continue about 44. It's okay, 45. Let it preview and see. So now you can see there is so many crazy numbers. So to make it look good, let's click on this expression. I'm going to type a capital M, capital M, math dot round. Then you can delete this cycle and close. Make sure to close, to open and close here this bracket like this. So now you can see there is not many numbers, so we are going to add other text, percent, maybe percent, and take and put it right here. Then I can select all this and increase the size, put it like this. So I'm going to add the other text. I'm going to type like write some text here, some text here. Then I'm going to decrease this the size of this text and select all the text. I'm going to change the color to white. Let's take the white and click OK, and change the color of this one. I'm going to select this one to make it look the same, this one. So I'm going to animate this text. You can see in the effect and preset you have many presets of the text animation you can use to animate your text. So let's see if you can find the text animation, the animation preset we want. So you can see on this animation preset you have to click on drop down and go on text, animate in, click on animating. Then you can search the typewriter like this one. So you can see there is many text preset here you can use. You have to go and play with it to find the preset you can use in your text animation. So once you get the preset you want, you have to take it and drag it on the text you want to animate. So now you can see I've added the preset. So I'm going to take this one and drag it here for 4 seconds. So let's hit preview and see how it will be looking. Now you can see this is the good text animation. Let's put it like this way. Again, let's continue to put it right here. So now you can see I've created the simple pie chart animation with some animated text and this counter number. So you can create this pie chart and add the text you want and the data you want. So now you can see this this pie chart, how it is going. You can even continue to, let's select this to cycle and control you. You can even continue to make your animate to control your animation by using a speed graph. You have seen like this. So now you can see you can continue to control your animation by using graph editor to make it look more nice. So see you in other video. In this video we're going to create this kind of pie chart, this data visualization with this dots and this nice background. You can see it is the image background. Let's start by creating new folder for the project. New folder. Let's call it pie chart 2. So I'm going to create a new composition. a pie chart. Pie chart 2 with 1920 1080, frame rate must be 25, resolution 4. So I have to choose this 5 second. Then you can click OK. I'm going to start by creating new background. So I'm going to use the image I've downloaded, or the image you are going to be using in this course. So you have to find the image I'll be using here in exercise files. Let's have it here and put it on the composition. You can see how it is looking. I'm going to add the new solid, black solid. Let's call it black solid 2, the same as composition. Make sure this solid must be in black. So you have to select this black solid and click on T for bringing the opacity. I'm going to decrease the opacity up to 70. Then I have to animate this. I have to animate this this background, but let's pre-compose all this first. Select all the for this image and the solid. Left click on your mouse, click on pre-composition. You have to check like BG pre-composition, background, pre-comp. Click OK. Now you can see you have this background like this one. You are going to animate this background. So click on scale on S on your keyboard to bring scale. Add keyframe on scale. Go on the end of this composition and increase up to 20. Let's see. So this is how you can animate this image background. Let's start adding the pie chart. So we're going to select on the ellipse tool. You can see the stroke width must be 47. You must choose no fill. I'm going to select shift on keyboard and draw the perfect cycle like this one. No, by selecting shift you have to create perfect cycle like this. I have to align it in the center. I'm going to rename it like stroke 1, stroke 1. Duplicate this this shape, Control D. You have to. So on the first one, you have to click on ellipse. You can see on the stroke there is the dashes. You have to add dashes on the stroke. On the first one you have added the dashes. Then you have to bring the, on the second one you have to click on this icon to add trim path. On trim path you have to go about 0. So now you can see on the first one you have added these dashes. You can see on, you have added the dashes on stroke. You can increase the dashes if you want. Let's use a 10. So I'm going to change the color of this one. So let's change the color to white. Click OK. I'm going to animate this one for the first. So let's add the trim path on this first one. Click on add trim path. On trim path you have to go on the 0 and go about here and click on this stopwatch to add keyframe. On this frame you have to click 100%. So let's see. I can see I've added 100%. On the first one, we are going to, when it goes here, we have to add other keyframe on the first one. On the second stroke, on this shape, you have to click on this stopwatch to add keyframe and come up out here and increase about 50. So this is how animation to be looking. We are going to make this this second shape rounded. You have to click on ellipse, on stroke. You have to make it a round cap. Now you can see I've made the round cap. You can round cap. So we are going to add the counter, the number counter, to make it even more nice by using the data. So I'm going to add click on the text, click here. We are going to click on 0, increase the size. Let's select this 0 and increase the size 0 bit, and we are going to add new null object. Then you can go on effect, search for slider control, click on slider control, add it on the null object. On text, you have to click on drop down text. So on source text, you have to click on add on a keyboard and click. Now you can see you have this expression. So on null object, you're going to select this this handle on source text and put it on the slider. So now this text is linked on the slider control. We are going to add the keyframe when it goes here. I have to add the keyframe here on slider. Then when it finished here, you have to go about 50%. So let's hit preview and see. So as you have seen in the last video, you have to type on this expression. You have to type math, capital M, math, click enter, dot round, click enter. So I'm going to delete this and on the end you have to close. So now you can see our slider is looking good. So let's take this slider and put it in the center of the text, on the center of these shapes. Let's hit preview again and see. Let's add the percentage like this. So I'm going to select it and put it in the center too. Let's hit preview and see. So this text and this have to make it like this to restart when the like this. So now you can see it is looking good. So this is how you can make this pie chart by using this with this background and this shape. You can see I've made this rounded cap and these dashes. So I see in the next video. If you want to come in this lesson, I'm going to create this kind of a word map animation. You can see it is looking good with this point and this line and this word map vector. So I have downloaded all this word map and this point. You can see in the exercise files there is this files. So all these maps and this point I've downloaded on freepik.com. You can see I have searched the map and I found there is many word map to download for free. So I have downloaded this one. You can see it is looking like this. Then once you download this word map, you have to click on this icon to download this word map. Then you can click on download. You download this map, and once you're done, you have to go in Illustrator and open it in Illustrator. And if it is not selected, if it is not ungrouped, you can see I have ungrouped all the things in this map. You have to delete this one, this icon of freepik.com. So you have to delete it and save it again. Then you can import it in your After Effects to work. So I'm going to start by creating new folder for the project, for the next project of the word map. New folder, let's call it a word map to animation. I have to click OK. So I'm going to create the new composition from this folder. I'm going to call it word map animation. Word map animation 2. Word map animation 2. So width must be 1920 1080, frame rate 25, resolution full. So we keep it on 5 seconds, then you can click OK. So I'm going to import I have imported all the source file. We are going to use this point and this word map Illustrator and this vector. So I'm going to take this map and drag it in the composition, and then we're going to scale it up like this. You have to align it in the center. Then I can continue to scale it like this. So after that, I have to create new background, new solid background. Let's call it BG. Click OK. Then I can move it down. Then you can see our map is here. So let's lock the background. So now you can see our map. So you can see if you start to increase the size of this map, you can see it start to lose the resolution. You have to click on this point, this icon. Now you can see it is still the same. So let's start to add our point to animate this map. So I'm going to take this point and put it in the composition to make the composition of this point. You can see how it is looking. So if you want to animate this point, you have to take this anchor point and put it on the bottom. So let's click on this icon and take this anchor point by selecting Ctrl to put it in the front of this bottom like this. So now we're going to scale it, to animate it by scale it. You can see it's coming from bottom up to this. So I'm going to increase the size like this. Increase this size. Then I can add the the keyframe on the scale, the other keyframe on the face. Let's type 0. So let's see how it is looking. Continue to make it like this. So you can see how it is looking. You can even add the expression to make it more look nice. You can add the overshoot expression. So I have this expression overshoot. Let me show you the expression. You see in the exercise files I have provided this expression. So you have to copy it, control copy, copy, then have to go on After Effects. So I'm going to click on Add on keyboard and click Add plus click. You can find this expression. I'm going to delete this one and copy this expression. So now you can see I've copied the expression. Let's see how it is looking. So now you can see how it is looking. It looks more nice with this overshoot. So let's click on U to bring the keyframes. I'm going to keep this keyframe close. Continue to keep it close like this. So now you can see this is how you can create this point. So I'm going to take this on Watermark tool we have created and take this pinpoint we have created and drag it here. So let's see. So I'm going to let me scale this point a little bit like this to be here. So I'm going to copy all this. I want to copy this point 3 times by hitting Control D 3 times. Then I can take the one and put it here, the other one and put it here, other one, Control D. Let me take the 4th one and put it here. So now you can see you have 4 different points. So I'm going to animate this point in the, I'm going to add the, you can see you have this animation. I'm going to animate it in the line in the next video. So see you in the next video. Okay, so let's continue to animate this roadmap by adding the line animation. So let's click on this anchor point, this pen tool. Then we're going to click one point here, the other point to be here, the other point this, the other point to be here. So now you can see you have 4 lines, this one and this one and this one. It will start here. When it goes here, this will scale it up. Then when it goes here, it will show up on this one. So let's click on this selection tool. We're going to animate this line. You have to click on this icon, drop down icon, click on this add icon, then you can click on this trim path. So we're going to animate this this line by using trim path. You can see to start, we're going to add the keyframe on this first frame on the end. Then when it goes here, we have to add the, goes maybe here, we have to add the other keyframe by using 100%. So now you can see this line, it is coming from here up to here. So we are going to take this keyframe and put it on the 2 seconds. Let it preview again and see. So I have to make this line dashes. So you have to click on shape, transform shape, maybe no, you have to click on stroke. So on stroke you have to click on this dashes, you have to add dashes, click on this plus icon to add dashes. Now you can see you have dashes. You can increase the dashes or decrease. So you have to make it like this. So let it preview and see. Like this one, it's perfect. So we are going to align this pinpoint and this line dashes. So it will start with the first one, first point pinpoint. So This is the first one. It goes here. The other one will be the next. Let me put it down here. So let's see. No, it has to be here. Maybe on this second. Let it preview and see. On the fourth, on the third, release this point. You have to keep it here. Let it preview again and see. Then on the last one, this is the last point. Have to add it on this side. So let's keep it here. So let's hit preview and see. So now you can see this is how you can create this perfect word map animation by using this pinpoint and this lines animation, these dots and lines animation. So we are going to scale down this point a little bit. So hit on S on your keyboard to bring scale it like this. Let's increase a little bit like this one. Then you can take it and put it where the point to end. So let it preview and see. The other one, I'm going to use 37 scale. 37. The other one, scale 37. The other one, the first one, scale 37. So then close this. To close this, I'm going to take this point and put it on the line like this point, and put it down here, the other one, and put it down here. So this is how you can make this animation, this point animation. So let's hit preview and see. So this is how you can make this animation, this word map animation with dots and pinpoint. So I'll see you in the next video. Everyone, welcome. This is the new day with a new infographic animation. We're going to create the timeline infographic. So it will be looking nice. So let's start by creating new composition. We're going to call this composition timeline infographic. Timeline infographic. And so always width must be in 1920 1080, frame rate 25, resolution must be in full part. If you have like a computer that it's a slowly computer, so you can use the third, but when you are going to render your video, you have to make sure it is in full resolution. So make sure to choose full resolution. Duration must be, let's use like 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Then click OK. So I'm going to create new simple background. Solid. Let's call it BG. So click OK. I forgot to find the color of this background. Let's use this one. Click OK. So make sure to lock this background, because when you remove this, you're going to click allowed, you can remove the background by accident, you can see. So but if you lock it, let me undo. But if you lock it, there is no way to remove this background. So let's start by adding the guideline The guideline will help you to create the, let's use title and save and choose rulers. So don't have to choose rulers, maybe grid. So we are going to draw the line, the timeline to make the we are going to be adding the infographic icons later, but we're going to start by designing the line. So if you want to design the line, you have to click on this pen tool and make sure there is no stroke. So we're going to design the line by with this grades. I'm going to click on this one on the top and click on this and come and click on this one, click on this one and this one. So I remove the fill later, this one, this one, and click on that. So let's remove this fill or fill. Can increase the stroke like this. So now you can see I've designed the perfect shape. So we're going to select this shape and let's select this shape. And remove this guides and colors. So now you can see this is the perfect shape. We're going to add, let's take this shape and put it in the center. So in align like this. So we're going to animate this line by, can see to start here, and when it goes here we add a few icons. It goes here, add icon, add icon, add icon, add icon. So this, you can see this how the timeline it is created. So let's go on the shape, make sure to click on this toggle switch and click on add. We are going to add round corners to make it more cool. So now you can see with this round corners it is cool. So let's increase the roundness like this. So now you can see you have added it in round corners and increased this corners. Now you can see it look more nice. So let's increase the stroke a little bit like this. So we, on this shape we are going to add the trim path. So we're going to animate the trim path. Now you can see I've added the trim path. Click on this icon, drop down. You can see you have start, end and offset. So you can see when you click on the end, it will go from down and we finish up there. So when it start, it will start here and go down like this. I want to make sure it will come from the top. When it goes here, we have to add the icon. When it goes there, we have to add the icon. There, add the icon. There, add the icon, and take it down. So let's animate this. We're going to add the keyframe on this one. Add keyframe, and on this 9 seconds, I have to increase this up to 0. Let's make it easy ease. You have to click on OK, keyframe assistance. So let's hit preview and see how it is looking. To start like this and this like that. So let's add let's increase the speed of this animation. Let's continue to increase a bit like this. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to add the icons and make it the perfect timeline animation. So see you in the other video. So in the last video, I've created this this timeline, this line, and animate it. So in this video, I'm going to add the icons, three icons. You can see the first one, it will be here, other one here, other one here, there. So let's let's stop this, and I want to create a new folder for the icons. I have to organize the project by folders. So I'm going to import the icons. Click on File, Import File. So let's go on desktop to find the icons. Desktop. Let's take this one and this one, this one. Yeah, click import. So now you can see all the icons is imported: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. So let's add it on the let's add all this icon in the on the composition. So let's scale down these icons. Like this, so 40 or 45. I'm going to do the same on others. Scale 45. Scale 45. Scale 45. So now you can see how the timeline is going to go. Let's start with Facebook to be here. Let's put it like on this side. Next will be Twitter to be on this side. Next it will be LinkedIn. Let's put it on this side. The last it will be YouTube, like this. So let's see. So I'm going to add the animation. I'm going to animate these icons. Let's start by on Facebook. So I'm going to add a scale. When it goes here, it will increase its scale when it goes here. So let's add the keyframe on scale. I'll click on stopwatch to add keyframe. Then when it goes here, let's add click on 0 to disappear. So let's hit preview and see how it will look. Let's do the same on others. So if you don't want to continue to add keyframes and make keyframe, you can copy all these keyframes and put it on other icons. So let's copy these icons. Control copy on your keyboard and go on Twitter and paste it, and let's hit you to see. on LinkedIn. Where is LinkedIn? Here. So Control V. On YouTube, Control V. So let's create U to bring the keyframe, bring out the keyframes, so you can see. Now you can see Facebook how it goes here, when it goes here. So you have to take this keyframe of Twitter and put it right here. Let's put it here. Let's see. So LinkedIn must be this side. Take it and put it right here. Then YouTube must be on this side. Yeah, so let's hit preview and see how it look. So this is how you can create the timeline animation. You can add the other icons you want that according to your project. So even you can add the pop like the one we said how to make it. So let me make this keyframe is to add the overshoot keyframe assistance is in this one. Keyframe assistance is keyframe assistance is on all keyframes. You have to add the is so to make it smooth. Is so let's hit preview again and see. So we're going to add the overshoot on all the icons. So you can see now we have selected these two icons, these two keyframe on Twitter. Click on graph editor and select this handle and make it like this. Let's hit preview and see. Let's make it like this. Okay, so let's do the same on others. Graph editor. This must be YouTube. You have to select it and put it right here. Okay, so let's see. So let's do on Facebook, on graph editor. Let's select this one and make it like this. Let's make it like this. Take it and maybe we have to so let's hit preview and see how all this. Let's go on LinkedIn. Take this sound and make it like this. Preview and see how it look. So you can see on Facebook it is not looking good, so let's continue to customize it to make it perfect. hit preview again. Okay, so let's close all this and hit preview again. So now you can see I've created the perfect timeline animation. So this is how you can create this infographic. So I see in the next video we're going to be creating the word map, animated word map. So see you in other video.